So we've reached the next stage of the TypeLocke, and we spanned the well last time, and I'm very concerned what we've got to somehow pull off. We have to beat the water gym with a rock team. And these were my two rock types. Yes, I did the VIPs for most of the people that have been in a lot of the DAs and been in most streams. It wasn't exactly pretty, but pretty football got us near the bottom of the league. Mourinho and Conte style wins you trophies. Boring park the bus football wins you trophies, and that's what we're going to call it. So that is what we're going to consider acceptable. So I will be going to do 2 raid encounters, but I've also got to consider what else to go and get. Right, so just for this, we need to put some friends in the team, because we might as well have some things that are strong enough to deal with things. So one of the Pokemon I'm looking at, they're dead ones. We can't use dead Pokemon, that's definitely cheating. That's quad weak to a bug move, so we don't really want to use that. Right. Well, welcome in everyone, and thank you for the alert, Dorcas. Yeah, we are 17th, and we are playing in the Champions League, but so what? We are technically champions, so that should be Champions League football. When you come second in the league, what did you win? The runner-up week? Third in the league, fourth in the league. My controversial take is if you win the Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, those 3 spots should be the Champions League spots, not third, fourth, fifth, and probably fifth this year, isn't it? So that's what we're going to take. There's going to be a little naming theme on today because we are celebrating a little bit. So we may notice some names that stick out. Probably our Lord and Saviour Mickey van der Van, like the greatest Dutch footballer to ever play football. I may exaggerate a little bit with that, but I feel like I've pulled both my hamstrings watching that bicycle kick off the line, let alone watching him do it. Yes, we did, and it was a terrible, terrible game, but hey, no one cares how you win, as long as you do win. And I believe I read some stats that it was 27% possession and 1 shot on target in the whole game. I don't know if he actually touched it or not. Right, what we were going to do is we were going to go and catch Cloth, weren't we? I feel like it's a good addition to the team. I'm just going to add some bulk to deal with it, because it might be difficult. We'll put you at the top for now. Do you learn sleep powder or something? Right, you do, so you may be helpful too. So cloth could work. I don't really know how, but it could. Yes, that's where it's going to be. It's going to be something that's going to live in folklore, that someone had the audacity to say that in September after losing, that I always win trophies and then deliver. That's just, it's. I still don't think he'll be here next season. I don't think he stands a chance. My personal opinion is I'm frustrated he doesn't do that type of defending in the league. Because how many times have we taken the lead and it's like, well, we'll still play 8 up front. And yesterday he was bringing on defenders to defend, and like sitting deep, do that in the league, we wouldn't be 17th. That's my personal opinion on it. Elsewhere, Dragon, do you want to help with a couple of raids today or not? Right. We have got so many encounters we could do here too. I've just got to think of a good spot to go because I do like to try and keep them separate. If I can get to that one, I might do that one. But I'm also thinking, what other encounters could I get for this gym? Because, as we said, we need 3 rock types. And I'm only allowed 3 rock types because that's all the gym leader has. They can only be level 30. And I'm sort of stuck. Now, I am actually leaning very heavily towards a pseudo Wudo. Because it's either going to have sturdy or it's going to have or I can focus sash it and use counter. But the problem is I could only do that once. Centrip we don't have, so this is technically an encounter. Fine. I just got rid of the fairy move, didn't I? Well, thank you for the lurk. And for the advice on the friend safari. I found some places to add as many people as I could. So hopefully we can have some more. And I put it in here, so hopefully it is. I can find more people. It is Jack Brooks, is it tonight? I'll probably come and say hello at least. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's fine if it's rotated through. I think that's the best way to put my feeling with Jackbox. I don't like when it's like it's fine if like you and the regulars all get in, but it's when some randoms come in and join, and it's sort of like, what are you doing here? Who are you? Sort of attitude that I don't like. But it's part of the fun part of the night. Hopefully he's got a new pack. Hopefully. I don't know if he was, because I missed the morning stream yesterday because I was at the cinema for most of the stream. I think I got the alert that he was going live as I got in the car to leave. So that was that. Also, Dragon, do you have on your 3DS space for friends for X and Y or Auras? Out of interest. I don't know if you've actually got X and Y or not, so it might not be as interesting for you if you want to do it, but I was in a community that told me I could not add people to Friend Safari for years and years. So I didn't even bother trying to find friends or add friends. But if you have X and Y, you can add friend codes, but you only get the 2 of the 3 Friend Safari codes, unless you can unlock the 3rd one by meeting up in real life. But I'm not going to go out of my way to do all that. But even if you just get 2 and they're not the most popular Pokemon, I think you can have 99 friends, and it does work. As I said, like Dorcas mentioned it, that you can. I tried it with some people and it worked instantly. So I even asked the other group for them, and they go, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then I said, it does, I've just done it. And then that was the end of it. So if you do want to add friends on the 3DS, we can. And basically, if you do have, I don't know if do you have X and Y or one of them? I'm gonna, as I say, we're gonna have a little bit of a theme in the nicknames today. So they're gonna be related to the new icons. So basically, if we add each other on there, when you get to the Friend Safari zone, you can see you've got me on there now, if you don't have it full. And it's good for if you want to shiny hunt sort of random ones more than anything else. Right, we're going to call that Big Ange. It seems to be a fitting name. And I said, I'm going to go and look at pseudo Bonsai or pseudo Wudo, which I believe is up here somewhere. What's that up there? Vulpix. Okay, we don't want Vulpix. Right, I will go back to the mainland to do the next one. But one of the people, my two Pokemon are Abra and Wobbuffet apparently. So if you ever want a shiny hunt Wobbuffet, first you've got to deal with the Nightmare of Shadow Tag, but it does give you a chance to narrow down Wobbuffet, other than Sword and Shield and maybe a few other games. Abra is not so impressive, but it's still a Pokemon. The best way I would describe it, a Pokemon. Right, I don't get any. I got one quick pull. Screw it, that'll do. One's I just haven't really bought any quick pulls yet. That's more what the problem is. It's just been. I don't know. I think you have to have at least 6 badges to unlock quick pulls, but maybe 4. I always forget. I know 1 unlocks on each level. We're going to call this Vicario because when it evolves it will become a wobbly tree, which sounds a bit like Vicario. We will put this in the party though because we want to get some friendship levels on it. We said we were gonna. Well, we'll risk getting rid of that. Place it in the bag. We want you to evolve, so that is now our Oni mountain encounter. If I can find my guide. So as we said, Oni mountain is done. So there's now like a bit of a two-way option for what we can do. Is we could try for. Wait, where are we going? We are doing this one, this gym, aren't we? So I'm thinking we do maybe that Terror Raid battle, because then we'll do the Desert Terror Raid battle for when we do the Titan, and because we actually have to go here anyway, it makes the most sense to me why we would do this. I will trigger the cutscene. I don't see what any problems will be from doing this. We'll see what balls we've actually unlocked, because I haven't actually bought in. I think we did like 30 Pokeballs at the start, and the rest we've just picked up on our route round. Which is fine. Yes, what do you have to offer us, young sir? So we haven't got them yet. So I don't think we would have them this early. I do want to save a lot of money for the focus sashes though. Because this, I think, could be a focus sash one. I know it's really boring, but I'm allowing myself to give them held items. So I think we could probably pull off focus sash. Sell all that. That's for, that gives me nearly 100 grand. That is lovely. Right, I'll go and do this other raid. So we'll just trigger the cutscene, then we'll go and do the raid. And then we can go and have a little poke around, see if there is anything. And we've got to catch cloth. Because I think if, the key word is if I could set cloth up, I could do something with it. But the problem is setting it up is very difficult. Because I think it has the ability where it can't get crit. And if it can't get crit, it could be good to survive against these water types. Because I can just spam and spam a defensive move. Elsewhere, what other rock types do you think would be good for this? I'm also leaning towards Dreadnought, which I did mention we would look at. I will go to South Area 5. I think it's 5 to catch a Tudor. So that will be the plan. I'm only going to go over to this area. I'm not doing the gym battle thing. I'm just doing the cutscene basically, so I can make it a fast travel point. Otherwise I have to do this twice. I have to go through the desert anyway. But I don't really know how we're still going. Like, we either get the perfect matchup or the worst possible matchup. There's no like middle ground where we're solid. Yes, it is. What do you want? Oh, you got the Whooper lady. Wondered where that was from. Muscle band. Okay, that's where we do the battle. Yes, and if you get the baked body ability, it is such a good Pokemon to have on your team. Now, I do also have to be careful going through the desert because I have not done my encounter here. I am leaning very heavily towards one of the many ground types, but I want to just be sure what we go for. Like, I don't want to commit to like Sandaconda when like Sandile is here because of the Crocorock dark typing. Would be very nice. Very good. It's one that I have been trying to shiny hunt myself, but not getting very far. I'm going to probably do some shiny hunting in this game for my bingo and finish it off tonight, because I haven't done much. I'm a little bit tired of... Not tired, but I can't really be bothered to do Masuda at the moment. And Landorus is doing my head in. We'll be back for Landorus tomorrow. Don't worry. We will try to get that stupid genie shiny. Or at least somebody get it shiny. It doesn't seem to want to shine and it's annoying me a lot. So that will be tomorrow's plan. Where's this perfect spot for the dash button then? I know there's a couple of nice areas, but oh, actually it's an outbreak as well, so that helps. I forget that the outbreaks are usually helpful. Pretty much anywhere that's next to a town is usually really good. Is that the psychic gym? I always forget the town names. I've always kind of known the gyms by the gym, the towns by the gym, rather than anything else. I'm a lazy trainer like that. Let's see, I think that's where I've seen a few before, but I'll just have a look. We caught the Geodude in a hill ball. That's strange. Why did I do that? Frenado. I think it is. Yes. Yes, that's the psychic gym. Yes, that's where I got my Sylveon, wasn't it? From an outbreak. If I remember correctly. Curlier? Oh, nah. Nah. Do you want Grimers? Nah. We don't want Grimers. We just want to get down to there, pretty much. So this is the bit I hate the most, because Grimer is one that can be shiny without me realising it. But again, we're not shiny hunting. Is this accessible? Ah, dear. Well, I feel like this one shouldn't be as difficult. We'll put it up if you want to join. Yeah, that's what I use for the Hitmon, no, Tyrogue and Scizor outbreak, that sort of method where in the central plaza. It's good for Cyclizar as well, but you have to do a sandwich for Cyclizar, but when they spawn they all just run off the cliff. It's really funny. So that one's good. Because again, that was back in the sandwich hunting challenge we did, so we found like all these random spawns. I'm just going to change to something a little bit smarter for this battle. And go for that. I know it's not going to be difficult, but so that will be our 2 raid encounters before the next gym. If we beat this, we will go and get our basic encounters. The Weasels, but oh, you I think you were, okay, I'm not completely sure. Weasel's one that I don't want to get on this challenge. I know it can be good, and I know we'll go and start spamming water types soon. I know that much. Because, well, we need lots and lots of water types. What pool shall we use for this? Do we use our last Premier Ball? This is what you call the ultimate default character in this game, because I just cannot be bothered to customize it in any way whatsoever, because I'm lazy. It is Kim. This is... I would like to be referred to as champion supporting voices from now on. That's going to be the new thing, because we put Man U back in the bin and became a proper winning team. Yes, only the voices can be heard. What, Kim? What's happened, Kim? Oh, what shall we call this? Shall we call this? Because we're not really going to use it. Okay. Didn't you see that Tottenham actually won a trophy? It's a miracle. So not only did I watch Mission Impossible, which is about an impossible mission, we did the impossible and won ourselves. We've had a thread, but so we'll call this 1-0, shall we? Shall we actually spell the word 1-0? You know, let's do it like this. We'll call it 1-0, as in, no, it's that way. 1-0. And it can sit there and wait till it's needed, because it won't be needed for a long time. Right, right, we're going to go and get cloth. We said we were going to get cloth. Let's stop getting distracted and go and get our big crab. Oh no, Kim. Have you reached your affiliate age? And at last, have we got there? Have you made it? And we did our encounter in this area naturally, so it doesn't really matter if we run into something. Okay. Then what has happened? I always check the Yangoose because of the streak is a bit hard to see. IRL. Okay. Let's see. Where is our crab? Crab. I know it's the one that's up here. I'm still a little bit surprised I have not found a normal shiny. So this is the static one. As you can tell, it's not moving. It should only be, and you just run into it. This is the Titan one that we can keep. As we said, we are allowed to catch the Titans. Right, Go to sleep. Okay. Well, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's not a problem. I know most things can be difficult to discuss. But hopefully the words that are going to come out your mouth are, I quit smoking. There we go. We got our crab. So this one has to go down as a bit of a psycho. So, oh, hi, go. Hello, Skidoo. So this one, I believe, is a psychic, a psycho. So, Romero. Well, if you feel that's what you are, isn't it? So, I know a group where there are some other people who are like that. So as long as you're comfortable with it, it's alright, isn't it? I wanted to actually put that in the team to level up. It has, oh no, it has Anger Shell. That's not good. Right. Right. We are going to also go and get. We're going to head here to get something. Right. Where do we go? Where do we go? I won't. Don't worry. I will have to. So basically, one of the very first people whose Discord I started following and joining in with what they were doing with their big challenge was actually a big trans community. So they're always very big and supporting each other when others tend to ignore them. So I should just invite you into that one. So you can meet other people that are going through the same thing and unsure or feel confident with it and how they cope with it. Well, I only joined it for the Pokemon challenges, but it's interesting seeing all their different stories of all the things they go through. And there's one member that's been talking about that being what they are for a long time now. Oh, we've got one. Thank goodness that's a dupe. We've already got a LeShock. Which part of the don't you understand? Now, this is actually one of my least favourite areas to find because if you jump off the wrong bit, you miss where you need to go. Well, considering it sounds like she supported you for all the other decisions and other things you told her, I don't feel like she's going to be upset about anything. Like, she wouldn't have been so comfortable with you going to all the Pride events if she wasn't happy that that's what you were in your mind. So it's always sounded like she supported you. Well, this is not the smartest way to get here, is it? Jumping off all the cliffs right towards everything. So we only really need to get to this little area down here. You were one of my favourite random shinies. Because it's one that's like, I did not know that was shiny. And then, boop, there you are. Hi, Weasel, you're not the one we're looking for, sadly. Right, we know there are lots of little turtles around here. And there's one. That you're going to be our turtle friend, okay? Are you okay with that? Okay, you've come to say hello. It works both ways though. It's sort of, I think a lot of the time it's more of a surprise, isn't it? Like, most people don't expect that to come. Like, you've seen just You said you've seen Love, Simon yourself, and you see how the dad reacts. Like, he doesn't really know what to do and how to react to everything that's going on. But maybe that's the same. This thing, getting back-to-back protects, is not happy with this. I also hope you're a water terror, because then this could be a good backup. And hopefully you can learn Trailblaze. And you will be the most important member of all of my teams. I know, like, the point of that movie is to normalise it as such, but as we sort of said, like, if you're not expecting it, it's a surprise. And some people react differently because well, if you feel comfortable, then you should go for it. Right. So we have to name this Mickey, I guess, because Mickey, because we have our Van der Van. 2 psychotic Pokemon that are going to carry us through this challenge. You can go with them. King Bob. No. Actually, were you Water Terror? I think this is just water, isn't it? I always get confused. For some reason, I think Tudor is Water Rock as well. So, okay, well, it's fine. It's also got Shell Armor, so if I could set it up, it could do okay. Now we've got the really, really boring part of this, and that is leveling everyone up. Because we need to get everyone to about level 30. Now, I don't want to waste any more encounters, I feel, because it will just be, well, again, I don't know, we want to just unlock the fast travel point. That'll be helpful for later. Because you're going to become this soon, Tudor. I'm still not confident enough to get to Chansey Land, so that'll be the next stage. Yeah, we just want to jump down here and unlock this. If we unlock this, we can come back. Well, actually, we don't really need anything down here, so I don't really know why I'm unlocking it. Yeah, it's like, we've done this area now, haven't we? We've done the raid, we've done the natural encounter, we've done the sea. So, yeah, we don't really need to be here. See, part of me is thinking I could just go to the desert to start leveling up. But I do have to do an encounter there. This one could work out alright, couldn't it? We've done most of this area. What do we have here? We were doing well because we were taking on the Varooms, I think. So this could be okay, I guess. There's Diglets and Dugtrios I can just fast battle. We can rotate through and do the roly-colies, so yeah, because what is the next boss level? It is, we go back to the poison one, and that is 33, so nothing can go above level 33. Okay. And I feel Jumpluff can beat these relatively easy in this type of battle, not in the other one. Because yes, it's grass. That's rock, so it might not do okay against that. Don't know why I'm collecting Gimmighoul coins, to be honest. Not going to help me in any way. Right, Jumpluff, I could probably give you a stronger grass move, couldn't I? That would be a bit smarter. Sucker Punch. Ooh. That's one of the things I would like my Bondalai to get, is Sucker Punch. Because I feel like that could be something that could clutch everything for me in the final. Well, the next battle anyway. But let's see. Because like we got 14, 16. I'm not worried about Mimic. Anybody evolving? Doubt it. No. Okay. Give you a stronger grass move. You must learn like Giga Drain, Mega Drain. Is that it? Is that your strongest move? Well, it's better than Absorb, I guess. Twice as powerful. Right, we don't, as we say, don't want to put these into the squad too early. So yes, it has Anger Shell, which is not what I was looking for. That protects, that's good. And this has Rock Head, so that's not the sturdy I was looking for, sadly. So it may be 3 focus ashes here. I don't know whether that's considered cheating or not, but hey, it's my run, right? I do what makes it doable for me. And I believe it is now officially 2 weeks until the Switch 2 comes out. Hello Julia, welcome in. How has the DA hunting gone for you? I did see you were on for a little bit last night. But I was busy watching the football, so I didn't want to. I had full concentration on that last night. Nothing else, but full concentration. So I can ridicule all Arsenal fans that come near the stream. Not that I would, right? Not that I would. Wooloo. Everybody's getting Wooloo but me. Silly little sheep. So like when I first set up my proper shiny hunting save, Wooloo and Nickit were my first 2 targets. And I still have not got either of them. Because I don't understand Sword and Shield's encounter table and how it works. Because I've knocked out 1,000, I think. That's how many I've encountered. That's not going to be good against them. Actually, let's be nosy and see what the outbreak is. I also laughed at the fact that I went for Wooloo and all of Wooloos, and then it came into Pokemon Go when I got it first day. Thank you for the hydrate. It's not PG Kit, that's the problem. Right, where was this? I was gonna... Oh, it was Hariyama. Ooh, this could be funky and helpful. Because they are good to battle for a few XP points. Right, where are you? We'll just do a couple more of these. I do have to make sure I do some battling, but I haven't got any any flying moves on this, so I will save most of the battling until I do.
And it's gone.
Did you get me? No, because this game doesn't have the shiny stuff in it, sadly. So it's kill or catch, you think counts as an encounter. Then it's best to just kill 25 and focus on aura ones. Yes, I sort of get it. I sort of read through because like somebody did some ridiculous data mining stuff, didn't they? To discover everything. That was sort of... Everyone was doing it wrong, I think. I think that was the best way to describe it. Because they just all thought it was like chaining. And then it was something along those lines, wasn't it? So everyone was just doing that. But then I think the technical term is if you knock it out 500, or if knock out 500, then it should be something like you get a 7 times roll on a shiny. If it's a brilliant aura, but you should also see more brilliant aura because you've knocked that many out. If that makes sense. It's very annoying wording. Yeah. No, you're not a yellow elephant. Something like that. We all have auras. But it's just something that it's basically a very annoying shiny hunting method. Okay, so you've glitched on there. Oh, power gem. That's actually a good TM. What else is in here? And can I get that one? Yes. So these little areas are so weird and random and just out of place, I find sometimes. Right. One type I've noticed I don't really have too much of is Psychic. Jumpluff will probably want to come back because it's nearly dead. But yeah. Shall we see what all these Arsenal fans have to say for themselves? As we say, it's fun winding up Arsenal fans because it's easy. Da, 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 da. We don't like being on Discord when we're streaming. We like to be 100% watching what we're doing. And that is beating up sumo wrestlers, basically, because our sumo wrestler died. Right, we said 33 is my level cap. Yeah, so we said it's 2 weeks until the Switch 2 comes out, and we get to see just what the improvements are. For air, yes, there are plenty, because you've got Scarlet, so you've got all the cool ones. The easiest ones, it kind of depends. What would you like to go for in Area 0? That should be the first question we ask. If you want a Brute Bonnet, just put on a grass sandwich and float around the bottom area, and all you'll see is Brute Bonnets. Fluttermane, I don't know whether they've actually officially patched it, but there was a very interesting glitch. If you put on a ghost sandwich during the day and go to the very, very bottom and just run around, you won't see a single Fluttermane unless it's shiny. If you do it at night, you'll see loads of Fluttermanes. That was a good one that people were using quite a lot in the early days, but it may have been patched. But again, Ghost is better for Fluttermane than Fairy, I believe. They were the two that stand out. The one that's horrible is Roaring Moon. That will just take hours. I've spent ages because there is no way of isolating Roaring Moon in that area, and I hate it so much. I imagine Sandy Shocks might be easy to do. I can't say for sure. Again, I haven't really ever hunted in the game you're playing, apart from Brute Bonnet and Roaring Moon. Screamtail might be alright if you put on a Psychic Sandwich too. I would imagine. But I can't be 100% sure. No, a Sinister is a bit frustrating. Oh, I've got no health left, of course not. Jumpluff keeps fighting the ones it can't beat, which is very annoying. So the reality is most of the Area Zero Pokemon are relatively easy to isolate. I found, apart from Roaring Moon in your game. In my game, I don't think there is a difficult one, like to isolate. Like even I'm Valiant is pretty comfortable to do. There's usually like one or two very limited areas they can be found. The one thing you should know about the Sinistes and stuff is if it's the masterpiece, it should show up as a question mark. Basically, you are actually meant to stay in this box because you can't be used again. You're level 20, you're a bit risky. You could do. Jumpluff is fully leveled up, so you can sit there. We do need to do a battle, at least one battle, I feel, just to see which ones can actually evolve now. But we'll just carry on with these for now. We'll go on something easy. If we're going to do a battle, we don't want to risk a battle. And the same will be for the that's good. Yeah, so that's one I saw a lot of people were using early days. And so if you want a good Flutter Mane, that's your easy one. And that's also probably looking at like the shiny Charmards. And the good thing is you don't need to be dodging anything, because like in my game I have Dreepies and stuff that spawn down there, but I think they're Violet exclusives. And because they're Violet exclusives, they're very annoying. But then obviously I can't get Flutter Mane, so the one that has destroyed competitive Pokemon. Oh good, we broke the game. Don't change, Scarlet and Violet, don't change. I don't want that item anyway. Alright, gimme go. Right, let's go back and finish off the Harryarms. Now this is how I do a lot of my Nuzlockes. I just actually look for outbreaks and go and beat things up. It's usually the quickest way. And that's kind of why I decided not to do the off-stream leveling up. Because I still do think this battle may be a defeat. I am a little bit scared of it, if I'm honest. Go for it. Let's see. Because as we said, it's definitely a tough battle. Let's not deny that. It survived and got confused. Oh no. Hit yourself, hit yourself. Knock off, that's fine. I'm a bug type. Yeah, the problem with Roaring Moon is the area Roaring Moon is also has the dino line, and there's literally nothing you can do to avoid it. So it's a little bit annoying on that side of things. Because when I was doing my Dark Only challenge, I found 4 Zwelos, I think, down there, trying to get Roaring Moon. And you can't do like Dragon, because all you're going to get is the Zwelos. and Gabbites and Gibbles and stuff. And if you go and do dark types, you still get Zwelos. You also get Sneasels. And what's the other thing you get? Sableye. So it's just one of those that you just cannot isolate anything. It's a really annoying one to have to do. Oh, this might evolve now. Right, I'm getting close to the level I need to be, which has actually surprised me a lot. I thought this would take a little bit longer, but I guess I got lucky with an outbreak. And this is probably why I like Nuzlocke in these games more than any other game. Because let's face it, Nuzlocke in the old games, if you're streaming it, just this grind, you got to do everything one at a time, and it's pretty horrible. If it's like something you're casually working through in your own time, and there's this little sense of accomplishment in it and all that. But that's not what I like. I am a strange player, let's put it that way. I have weird gamer habits. And the flame bod, no, well-baked body, I think is the fun one. Because basically its defense rises if it gets hit by a fire move. So it was actually one that was used very heavily for a couple of raid encounters. I forgot which one it was, but it may have been like, I want to say there was one of the Terra Raid Pokemon that may have been Steel type, but it was a fire Pokemon. So the idea was you just went in there with that, used Iron Defense, and hope to get hit by a fire move, boost your defense, and then just use Body Press. It was something like that. It might have been a dark type, but it was one where you basically just broke the game with just how powerful you were. It was very, very good, to say the least. I've still got it on my best save, my one I built. So there's like about 3 or 4 Pokemon that are absolutely exceptional for raid coverage. And we've mentioned Iron Hands generally is pretty much the MVP for most. If you can get yourself a good Azumarill with huge power, Shell Bell, Belly Drum, that one usually can cover most things. So we've had a lot of fun with those. And then like Annihilate is also pretty good with, I think, it kind of depends on the item. But there are some that are just ridiculous in some of the raids. Because back when they first started doing the Mightier Mark ones, Austin John used to put out videos for every single one. But I'm guessing the views started to go down, so we stopped doing them after a while. Which is fine, it comes good. There's been so many Mightiest Mark ones that I'm not the biggest fan of doing them. I guess the biggest plus, especially if you want to breed your starters, was to get the starters in a certain ball. But you had to remember you would only ever get one, so don't go too heavy on. Like, just make sure you've got that ball ready, because you'll know you'll beat it. You'll know you'll catch it, I mean. Oh no, I was hoping to throw the Pokeball at the back then. Get a back strike. Right, as we say, we're at pretty much between 25 and 27. Going much smoother than I was expecting. Now, if we could find a shiny, which we're not hunting for, you never know. Look at the size difference between these big boys. One's like a full-size one, and one is normal. Got the backstrike, maybe? If I don't, that's bad. Yes, as long as I can do. This is one of those really underrated Pokemon. Just because of its ability. I think it's just got something different. It is built different. Oh no, that's not good. Whirlwind. Whirlwind. Didn't expect that. I'm not gonna lie. But considering we're like an hour in, we haven't really achieved too much. We still got plenty of encounters, which we're going to save for later. Again, it seems sensible to save the encounters rather than rush and just try to get coverage, I think. If we get too much coverage, we will probably miss something. So for one example is, I don't think I have a single psychic type that I can use at the moment. Because I don't have a psychic type, it may be a little bit more difficult. If I got psychic early on. Is that a backstrike or not? No. Okay, that wasn't good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We've used Bug. It's not going to be one of my water picks, I don't think. That's all it's got. I'm definitely fine. Okay. Oh no, Whirlwind is not good. Imagine facing one of these shiny that uses Whirlwind on you. That would be devastating. Right. I'm hoping Rockruff might evolve now. Hello Rockruff. You're going to just be a daytime form one. I'm not that worried if you're not anything special. Oh no, we've got the midnight form. It is nighttime, I guess. That's good. That's the one I prefer. I think that's the one most people prefer, night. I know Ash had the dusk one, but it's just a little bit different colour to the others. I prefer this one. Counter. We found somebody to join our team. So this is one that's going to be pretty good, because as I said, I can focus / counter, which could be huge. Again, it may be something I do for all three. It's just set up counter. And we better not do that one, because that will probably knock us out. Let's just do another one. I think that's probably the last one. Yeah, I think that's that done. Right, as we said, we need to get to 30, don't we, really? More than anything else. Is this really the only one left? And we got the backstrike, right? So I think we got the backstrike. We got the intimidate at least. We're running low on the psychic moves, but we are, I think, level 30. Whoa, this one's a higher level. I didn't realise that. This will be probably 3 shots. Okay, lovely. We do win. So Dragon, did you... Well, actually, I think you're in the ads, aren't you? So, oh wait. Right. Let's have a look at the map. I can't get up there. I wonder what this one... No. We haven't done our encounter down here yet, I don't think. Did we? Well, we may look at the teams, actually. But I'm pretty sure we haven't. Let's just fly here, get some healing on, and go and have a look. They'll be lower level, though. I don't really want to catch anything here. Well, I guess most things here are grass or normal. There's fighting if I want to go for a Tauros, but if I'm going to do it, I would rather go for the Aqua Tauros, just for the funkiness of it. I wouldn't mind you trying to evolve Pseudo-Wudo. That's the next thing. Well, let's just check. We'll have to go through all of them, won't we? Right, let's just check your locations. Where did we catch you? Tavern, cavern. What's your terror? Psychic. Might work. Crystal. Only mountain. Oh, this one had a ribbon. Oh, yeah, that's the Titan mark. And that was area 5. Okay. Right. This was a cavern, wasn't it? Cavern. Right. South 2. You'll see west. Cocoa. Apple. South 1. Cave. East area. Province area 1. Okay, that was meant to be the sea. I thought we were in the sea, but that may have to change then. We haven't done an east area. Province 1. Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how far have you got on one of your X or Y saves, whichever one you've done the most in? As in, have you finished it? So I've just got to change one of my encounters, I believe, because it's registered somewhere else. So I do actually have East Sea, which is strange. That's a bit frustrating as well. I ticked off that we had East Sea, but it's actually East Area 1 that the cloister came from. Thank you for the alert, Mr. Belgium. No, we want to be on not the death page. Fair enough. I was looking more to learn more about whether you could get a full living dex using like the Friend Safari in there, if that makes sense. I think that's why it's in there, just to help people finish it off. Like, especially now you can't trade, but I guess you can't really get the legends either. Well, the other legend. Oh yes, too many trade evos. I remember the nightmares that are called trade evos. Have I got an encounter of koala bears? Interesting. Welcome back, Kim. How are you? Is today a stream day for you, Kim, or not? Yeah, this one isn't really going to do much. I will probably take this out of the team and put a fighting type in for this. Who's a fighting type that we haven't... Doesn't really matter. Just something that hits hard, I guess. We're going to put you in, because I still need both of your typings to be used. Fair enough. Go. Clodsire. Pop. Again, this is why Nuzlocke can be boring. It's the leveling up. It takes a while, considering we've been going for about an hour. And all we've managed to achieve is catching a couple of Pokemon. We will continue to do sort of alternative days, one on the DAs, one on the TypeLocke, until the TypeLocke is over, which could actually be today. I am completely going to be cheesing this medal with focus sashes and stuff. And I think I'm leaning towards... I was leaning towards certain other Pokemon, but Lycanroc getting counter, that's changed the game. I do really need to evolve the Geodude. If it does, I think it's a rock head one as well, just because why not do something to make it difficult for me. I was hoping we could have got the sturdy one, if I'm honest. But I do understand the problem with the trade evos, especially now. And the only way you can realistically do it is, like, if you have two. Wait, you're nearly knocked out. What happened to all your health? You know, I could probably go and do the battle against the person now, couldn't I? The first part of the unlocking of the cup Gufu, whatever his name is. Because I think you do all that. Oh, the Geodude is too high a level. I didn't pay enough attention. I was meant to go into a battle for Geodude. Dreadnought is also at the level cap. Okay, so you're definitely out then. Well, you could be in the team. Let's just take you out. Right. I'm going to just use some candies to finish off the last couple and see whether the Bonsly could evolve. We don't really have too much for this. Now, okay, are you going to evolve? You're kidding me, you're not evolving. I should have put... So that has made... Yes, I know. Also, ironically, do you happen to have a 3DS with spare Friend Safari spots? Fair enough. I'm sort of scouting to get a couple more set up at the moment. Well, it's very strange that somebody would sit next to you to be sick. Like, I'm not sure why they would do that in the first place. This... No, I better not risk that one. What's in this box? We do have this. This could do the job, I guess. Okay. Well, maybe he needs a friend. It could be to say that they need someone to look after them, sort of thing. Right, you're 29. I will use a rare candy on you. Right, the next thing is... We'll get cloth done. Why not? We'll give the rest a cloth. So I can only take 3 of these rock... actually, we got to go and get the focus ashes. This isn't going to happen without them. Welcome back. Well, it depends what type of ill, really. If it's just cold and flu stuff, it's different to being anything else. But if you're both ill and you're both out, it's a bit weird that you're both out if you're ill. Right, battle items. Oh no, focus ash isn't in this one, is it? I think it's... I don't even know how I've unlocked focus ashes yet. It might actually be in this shop. Please say. If I can't do focus ashes, I literally don't think I can win. If I'm honest. I don't know what to plan for. Like, I messed up Geodude, so I think Geodude's going to have to sit out. And Bonsly just doesn't seem to want to evolve. So I think we sort of got our 3. The good thing is Lycanroc's Terra is psychic. So it could actually survive a couple of... might survive a hit. Yes, where does one find the focus sash? 4 gyms? Or is it sort of a random... I was hoping to actually buy 3, if I'm honest. Yeah, 4 badges. And this is the 4th badge. I thought it was badges. Right. And I've got to beat everything. Beat so many people there, haven't I? 4 trainers. Is that worth it? That's going to be the question, because they're probably going to be quite high level. Because you didn't evolve, you're going to have to just sit there. You can still be helpful. So I think that's going to be my rock team. I've got a water dreadnought, which could work out really well. I could, like, if I can set this up, there's some good moves on it. And this, as we say, is psychic. And I've got counter on it. Okay, so that is something that could work in our favour. My feeling was I could just use counter on the Abominable. But I wanted to get the focus sash to do that. And obviously there's something like double team, which could be funky. It's risky, and it could be very, very funky. I could use a focus band, but that's rolling a proper dice. And that. I also have a reversal, but that doesn't do too much. That could work, but so as I say, I could use double team on this. And Sand's attack on the other member. Get rid of tackle. I don't need tackle. If I can terror this up, if it can learn something good, it learns crunch, so that could deal with the first one. Yeah, I haven't done much. Like, I haven't really played with the moves. I don't really want to waste crunch TM though on that, do I? That also has counter and it can learn crunch. So this could be quite good for the first Pokemon, the Veluza, because it's a psychic type, so that should not be too much of a problem. It also cannot be crit. Because I've only been doing the Let's Go training, that's why all my moves are a bit rubbish. There's a chance that I could try a bit of this. Protect, speed up sort of thing. So that one is also an option. I think we can put counter on this too. We probably don't really need water gun for this battle, do we? Don't need tackle either. But if I could do something to improve my defense, it would be really nice, but no defensive moves can be taught. Can you learn? You can learn Trailblaze, which would be kind of cool, but you're already pretty fast, so it's a bit of a waste. Oh no, we want to look at you. Don't worry about the moves, we'll sort that out soon. We have Protect, Harden, but it has Anger Shell, so that's not great. I thought Lycanroc was fast. Well, it's my fastest of the 3. I imagine it's going to be faster than the Crabominable. At least. Which is the thing that's going to be the hardest thing to beat. That's the main thing. Like, as I said, I could tear it into a Psychic type and spam double team. And maybe some Howl on this. That is an option. Also put on like counters are pointless if I'm going to do this strat. But I could put Trailblaze on it, so it would also... Yeah, it tears into the water type, which is the problem. But it only has really like water and fighting moves, no ice moves. Which I think it should have an ice move, if I'm honest. But if I could slap lefties on this, double team, howl, like proper setup on this, I could probably do some stuff. Probably want to slap a protect on it as well. And I've got to just think. Like, as I say, Trailblaze has been saved for this battle, I think. If I get rid of counter, because if I get hit, I'm dead anyway. So I'm going to try this strat, I think. Like, double team. We'll Terra first move, double team, protect, lefties. That one I think is set up. Oh, I need to get protect. I need to make a protect. Yeah, so it's gonna... The crab hammer hits so hard in Terra Water. Like, it won't use Rock Smash if I'm Terra Psychic. And Slam is not the most useful move to have on anyone's team. So it is just trying to not get hit. I think Crabhammer would one-shot nearly everything, even if they are terrored. I can't actually remember. Is the box art a guaranteed catch? Like, I think it's one you have to weaken. My counterplan is probably my best bet, but the problem is I've got no way of surviving a hit. I was hoping I could get something that had sturdy, and none of the things I caught had sturdy. I could try to go and get that focus sash in the west area too, I guess. Like, this thing has no good moves. Like, what am I meant to do with this? It learns power gem. Okay. Right. Guess Metal Claw could be a little bit more helpful than Block. But basically, yeah, because like the first time you beat it, the second time you can catch it, isn't it? Right, you said 4 trainers in that area. So let's put together a little team. Oh, that's too weak. Can't take that. We'll take this. I haven't got any moves on this. That's not a good decision. Okay, yeah, so that will be the one you'll be after, the second one. Let's go and see whether we can get something worked out on. The other thing I can remember is I can actually run away from the trainers. So you said West Area 2, which is here. 4 trainers, you say. This man will give me an item. So, where is this man? Is this the man? Hello? Speed 4. Okay, so this is the man. I didn't know if there was going to be more than one. Right. Trainer, you're close here. When they're... Okay, can you help you? You're a Pokemaniac, so you should be alright. And if I run, I'm right next to the gym. No, the Pokestop. Right, special delivery, a Rufflet. Of course he picked something that I'm not strong against. Okay. Fine. The best thing is I didn't put a single rock move on any of these Pokemon. Okay, we'll just use Heat Wave. That should be enough. Fry the Winkalonk. Okay. Because I don't need a rock move for the water gym. I had set the moves up for the water gym, not general battling. That's why. That was the only reason. And what am I going to do with a rock move against it's still stab, but most of my work is going to be set up as defensively setting up boring stuff like howl and stuff like that. That was the idea. And most rock moves are terrible. The only good rock move I've got is Power Jam. It's a bit like this, doesn't actually have a grass move, I don't think. Oh dear, this doesn't have a grass move, does it? What level is it? Okay, we'll be fine. We'll just have to heat wave this too. Yeah, fine. I have picked Bite. Yes, that is the one good move I've got. No doubt about that. No problem saying that. It's more that it's something I could teach them. Again, I don't know. Dreadnought is being set up. I got to just... Dreadnought is sort of being set up as the Terra Water option as well. If I'm going to do anything with Terras, it's going to be water. So either that or Psychic on Lycan Rock. They're my two main options. How many Pokemon do you have? Oh, X-Scissor. Finally, you learnt something good, Cloth. Probably get rid of that. With Dreadnought, I was looking... That was going to be more of my counter Pokemon as well. Because as we saw ourselves from our own journey against something, the one-shots that it could give to us is enough to knock us out. Because it knocked out our Fletchling when we were training up. That's why I was looking at the Focus Sash strat more than anything else. I think there's a cook down here, right? There we go. No. We've got one of these. That's not a problem. Don't worry. We can get away from this thing. Oh, Cyclozar looks a bit stuck there. I gave up after a while. I'm not... The Doug Trio is the one I'm not... The Bug Trio is the one I'm least worried about, to be honest. Purely down to the fact that some of its moves don't really do too much. But it is special as well. Oh no, we missed a move. What? That doesn't hit. Now I learn this thing now. Right, we'll swap then. To you. You've got Bite. My main concern with this battle is actually surviving a hit of a water move more than anything else. Because I feel like we could be in danger from most shots. But again, we'll find out. Very good. I don't think they like to make it too difficult to catch them. Otherwise people won't want to do them anymore. What is here? Fanfies. No shiny Fanfi. We need to beat one more trainer. Bye. Pretty sure there's got to be one down here. Is this the time when I say I don't actually understand how catch rates work? But that's a different day. Do you have little red boxing gloves? Okay, I thought there was a trainer down here, I'm not gonna lie. Not just some people having coffee. That's not helpful, is it? You're not shiny, you're not blue. Surely there's one trainer on the beach, right? Fine, we'll go back up to the top and continue our adventure this way. We might as well heal while we're here. There, I honestly don't know, because I think I caught all mine in Master Balls. Because they were just for long-term challenges rather than anything in particular. Right. Can we find this last trainer and get ourselves a focus sash? We don't really want to go down there. There's a Coridon running around. Where is the last trainer? Or a fourth trainer, shall we say? That's what it matters. The fourth trainer. I don't mind how good or bad you are. We've probably got something to beat you with. But we do also have to be very mindful that we haven't done the encounters. Yes, especially in Gen 1 when if you missed it, that was it. You never got another chance for it. Right down where? Trainer. Just one more trainer, please. Ah, don't like all of those Tauruses. Is this classed as a new area? I'm going to say no. I think we were always more paranoid in the old days when, as I said, if you lost it, it was game over. You weren't getting another shot at it. So you kind of just panicked more than anything else when you were doing them. Well, that didn't do very much. That's annoying. Oh. All I know is most of the legendaries just annoyed me in this game. I keep finding the legendaries I've unlocked and haven't caught yet. Yes, when I was doing my Manaphy collection to get the shiny Manaphy, I did the old soft reset on the Azelf. Is it Azelf, the one that runs around, or is it Mesprit? And I literally just quick ball. If it didn't stay in the ball, we ran away and came back, reloaded the game once I found it. Yes, you definitely had to save, like, and the idea was to pretty much save it for the Mewtwo, really. So all the legendary birds were a bit annoying to try and deal with. I really should just put a grass move on the shift tree for this battle, so it's not difficult. And plus I get the focus sash now. And who do I put the focus sash on? Like a rock, as we said, could be good for the counter technique, especially against the boss and the final Pokemon, because it will go for something big on me. So I think Focus Sash goes on Lycan Rock. Welcome back. Yeah, like, as I say, like the legendary birds were so annoying in the old games, like the original Red and Blue. Right. So because this is just a basic battle, we won't change the team yet. We'll take all the spare Pokemon out. We'll just give this Leaf Blade. It'll be fine. Shouldn't be too hard to beat whatever they've got. Don't really want the fire type though. Probably get rid of the Crocodile for this battle. I don't want to use this because it is over the level. What else is here? Could be used as a bit of a backup, but should have probably trained something else, I think. Teach you a grass move, that would be helpful. Right, you have acid, this one. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. That'll do. What's that? Having a full dex was almost unheard of. Pretty much. The way I used to cheese it was when I was playing the Red and Blues. That's when you could play it in Pokemon Stadium. So what we used to do is we would do all the stuff and then just transfer all the Pokemon into Pokemon Stadium and then start a new game as such. Like, we won't go to the end, but if you wanted all your starters, for example, you would do it that way. But now, again, trading makes it a lot easier. So yeah, that's where we are now. We're in a good spot with the games. They give us so many options. So I believe we have a strat now. We are going to start the battle with Dreadnought. Then we will go into, for the first two Pokemon, and it will Terra into water. And then we will put our Focus Sash Lycanroc out against the Crabominable and just use counter. And that should one-shot it. That is the plan. I don't know if it's a good one or not, but it's our attempt at something. By terroring into water, it's pretty much going to be using Crunch on the Veluza, which should, keyword is should one-shot it. And I believe Wugtrio is a bit more frustrating, but I think we could just probably whittle it down more than anything else. That's kind of the plan here. I was very worried when I first drew or rolled rock type against water, and I automatically looked at Dreadnought as an option, so I was relatively happy when I got that. One of the other options again was to get something with what was it? Something with sturdy, but all of the rock types I got did not get sturdy, which made it a lot more difficult. I went with this because, well, in case it has a bug move, basically. That's my worry for most things. Do you have a bug move? We still technically can go and catch all of our Titans as well, but as I said before, I'm not really going to go for the Titans until I need to. So I've gone and got Cloth because we got the rock type, but I still haven't had flying or still, so there's no point going after them yet. Tatsugiri is still open. Both Water and Dragon are open. Well, I've got a Geodude. I've got a Pondsley, but they both got Rockhead. So that's like the slight problem I've got. But they could have both had Sturdy, couldn't they? Like, we know Geodude definitely can. We went and caught Bonsai with the idea that it could, and the other side of it is if it did evolve into Sudowoodo, I believe it lands Sucker Punch, so it could maybe have one-shot the Veluza with Sucker Punch. But yes, the only reason I wanted Sturdy is so I could survive a hit and go for things like counter. That was basically the plan. Like built-in focus sash is always nice to have. So that was really why I wanted it. Like, the ability will be helpful later, depending on what we face. There's no doubt about it. But otherwise, that's pretty much it, really. If it's not going to help this battle, it's not much point taking it in. I also kind of wouldn't mind saving Geodude for the ground gym, just in case I need it. That could be more helpful than losing it here. Like, the problem is if you've got a pure rock type like Cloth, like Lycanroc, if I lose them, it's only the rock type I lose. I could, yes, that is also something I can look at, see what we've got for feathers and stuff. Probably only got feathers and stuff, to be honest. Right, so we've done the gym test. Just got to change some moves and take some Pokemons out of the team before we do anything wrong. Right, as we said, Shift Tree can go in there because it won't be needed again. You will be, so you can go in here. And so could you. You won't be needed, so you can actually go in this one for now. What else did we catch today? We caught something else that wasn't... Oh, that was a normal type. We still need normal. Everything else in there still has a typing we haven't used yet. At least one. So you're going... No, you're staying there. You're going to the top. You need to learn counter again. I've wasted Trailblaze on that, which is a little bit annoying. We'll still keep Trailblaze, just in case we could set up. Right, we're going Crunch and counter on you. We need to give you something else. Rock Tomb, as you said, was... No, we're not going to be rock type, so I don't really need a rock move. But I won't need counter. That's the other thing. I definitely won't need counter. Can get rid of tackle. Right. We could just do headbutt because we hit so hard. Or we can use Razor Ouch. Our special defense is not great, but as we said, we are going to Terra. That's the thing with this. The plan is to Terra with this Pokemon. I want to give it leftovers. Probably not going to do too much, but enough. Oh, I also have a Quick Claw, which we may give to you. I know it's not the fanciest item, but if it works, we seem a little bit smarter. Yes. We do have to give you some move, though. I was trying to remember all the controls to do all of the basic setup. So what if we got X Scissor, Rock Smash, Metal Claw, and Rock Tomb? Should we put a Protect on? Our defense is lower. So it is definitely the Wog Trio that's going to cause us the most problems, I feel. Don't really need to put anything on you, to be honest. You're fine. It's amazing your special defense is better than the rest of the teams. Right, we had Terror, Bark, Crunch. Probably we got to protect so we can revive a little bit of lefties and carry on. So that's going to be my strategy here. I guess this is good luck more than anything else. And we are just double checking its moves. So the Veluza has Slash, Pluck and Aqua Cutter. So I feel like it's going to go straight for Aqua Cutter on the Dreadnought. But I don't know. I can't be crit, so I don't think the move will crit, even though it's a move that always crits, if that makes sense. The Wug Trio has Water Pulse, Mud Slap and Headbutt. So the special moves are not as strong. So the best place to do the picnic is just before you jump in. You should be able to do it at the top somewhere. But you can't do it once you're in Area 0. But yeah, this is the strat. It's always been all or nothing with these. We, again, try not to use items. We did because we messed up an ability on the fire terror one. So, yeah. But let's go for it. We know the highest level was 30. I don't think it really matters what level my Lycanroc is, if it's going for focus / counter. So there's that. Counter should one-shot it if it gets left with 1 HP, right? That's how it works. I think that's how it works. That's what it looked like it did to my Fletchling. But I would imagine I outpace a Crubominable anyway, so if I don't one-shot it, I could probably Trailblaze it. So that's the plan. I do think the Wug Trio is the most difficult one here, but if I'm Terra Water, I don't think Water Pulse will do too much. Mud Slap, it'll be annoying, but won't do much. And Headbutt really shouldn't do too much, so yeah. I feel like we're okay with this. Like the other option was actually to leave what was it? The X-Scissor for Veluza. But then it's a bit naive to risk Cloth because it may get one-shot by Aqua Cutter. I don't really want to use Calcs on Gem 4, if I'm honest, but if I need to, I will do. So, but I don't know. We'll find out. Not long to see just how bad this strat actually is. Oh, that was meant to stick around the whole time, the friends code, but never mind. Right. I always forget all of the endless cutscenes at the beginning. But let's see. We'll go into this. Do you think we will win? Or will we be the one to mess up? But this is the sort of bit of Pokemon I quite enjoyed. Like, trying to think of a way to counter something that you shouldn't beat. This is where you can get some real good strategies. And because of the Forever Lock stuff, I had to always think of stuff outside of the natural box. So let's do this and see who is the greatest of all time. Probably not me. So let's just jump back out. I don't know why that did not work. Right, there we go. That was meant to have changed too. Let's do this. Let's beat this chef back. Or sort of chef, I guess. I don't know if he's a chef. And as you said, the sandstorm is up, which is going to also give them a little bit of extra. Does this affect water move sandstorm? Does it make it weaker? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But that's not what the question is now. This is about winning. We know 100% this is going to go for Aqua Cutter, first move. This is why you can't use berries against this guy, because it knows when you have and it will use pluck. But I'm confident Crunch should one-shot here. Keyword is should. But that's why we have Protect. Actually, we might use Protect first. Let it take some chip damage. Yeah, we'll do this. It's slower for me to do it this way, but it will take. Actually, I'll take damage as well, won't I? So it didn't really work. But the idea is to weaken the Veluza a tiny bit. And then the Crunch should do more, and I might actually recover. I forget which way round it all works, if I'm honest. Is it sand damage first? Yes. But then my leftovers should recover it. So that's not too bad. Yeah, so it's not really hurting me, the sand. Right, now we go Crunch. Because Veluza is surprisingly slow. How much does this do? Okay, that's not too bad, to be honest. We'll do Protect again, just to get a tiny bit more health back. I don't think we get too much, to be honest, but we whittle down the computer, I guess. Not the most entertaining gameplay, but we're fighting a psychic fish, and that's the thing that's difficult for us. So, yeah, I don't actually think we gain anything from leftovers with the sandstorm up. No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. Right, we'll just do another Crunch. You always forget just how slow Veluza is, because when you swim around, it's a pest and just chases you around. But when you have it in battle, it's slow. Right, I feel like we just keep Dreadnought out. I'm honest. Like, I don't think this can do too much damage. I will just Crunch. Right. Yeah, so that's pretty much all it can. Oh, it can flinch me, I guess, which is a bit annoying. Bit annoying. So yeah, we said that this does literally nothing with the leftovers, so we just have to go and try and hit it. Okay, that's a big hit, to be honest. I know we're going to get slower. It's fine. It will get hit by that. I'll get hit by this. Right. Do I start trying to cheese it and just do a Protect? Nah, we'll go for it. Headbutt. Pop. Can't crit. That's a good thing. Oh, flinch. Of course it flinched me. Now we are... Ah, no. Again, it can't really knock me out, because it can't crit me. So what we're going to do is protect. Yes, it's boring, but it's protect. And then it can take some more sandstorm damage. And then hopefully it'll be enough for me to win. I will be up to 27 health as we know. It should not be able to do more than that to me with its moves. It'll probably go for another headbutt. 7 HP. Okay, we survive on 1 with the sandstorm, I believe. Wug Trio is down. I think we get 4. And then we go back up because we gained a level as well. But we would have survived on 1 HP, which is kind of funny. And now here comes the focus strat. Right, this is gonna Terra into water and use Crab Hammer on us, and we should be able to click counter and knock it out in one shot. Right, that's how this works. If it doesn't, we just have to send something else out. But the sandstorm's also stopped, which is a bit annoying. We just click counter and it becomes a water crab, because why not? If this works, I am delighted that we would have gone deathless in this battle. I really will be. But it can still go wrong, I guess. Right. I can just keep spamming counter, I think, because there's no point trying anything fancy here. Focus Sash comes in. Pop. And counter. Finishes it off. There we go. That was good. GG everyone, we beat the water gym deathless. I think that's the technical a sigh of relief to get through that. I was scared that was going to be a lot more casualty filled, shall we say. So we are actually able to get the Wheel of Destiny back for the first time in today's stream, to see what we go and face the Poison Gym with, or the Poison Star Boss. Right, their race is level 33. Now I know what my dream answer here is, and that is still, because I know for a fact that I can wall this Pokemon with a bronze on. Completely wall it, because the Stuntank only has Sucker Punch and 2 poison moves. The Muck has a ground move and a poison move. The Varoom can hit me, but it also has a ground move, a poison move, a dark move and a steel move, but I think we tank anything because the idea is you just bulk your defense right up. And then when you go into the boss, you Terra into Psychic and then use a Psychic move. And it should one-shot it because it will want to go for Flame Charge and it will stop you dying. I've done it before. It was my favourite walling strat. So where is the Wheel of Destiny when I need it? Here it is. Let's see. What are we going to get? What do we get? What do we get? Not still. We go poison ground. Well, that should be alright. And that's not bad, to be honest. We get something in our favour. So this is what I mean. I either get one that's perfectly in my favour, or one that's completely against me and out to corrupt my dreams. So there is a question out there. Is anybody around for a trade? Don't I have to face you? No, you're after Larry. It's still not perfect ground. Like, stun tank will be annoying because it will probably poison me. How do we feel about... I'm going to look to evolve my... If my Geodude can become a Graveler, I'll try and make it a Golem for the fight. But I'll do all of the encounters first, because we get 2 Terra Raid battles too. Here. Which we have to remember. We can go and do them. We'll just look at what we've got for team members. Thank you, thank you. Because what we'll do is we'll go and do the Terra Raid battles that we're allowed to do. But first I just want to get to here. I'm going to heal up everybody that survived and see what ground types we've got. I know I've got a Clodsire and Geodude. That's definite. I can't remember if I've got any more. And we've got some... Like, it's easier if we do the 2 raids we're allowed. I'm actually thinking of doing the raid in Tagtree Thicket as well. Because then, again, I'm trying my hardest to move them around. So you won't get used again, so you can go in there, take the item off. And you won't get used again till the final. So we'll take your item off. You weren't even used in that battle. Right, what do we have that is ground, as we said? We've got this nearly leveled up, perfect. We've also got this. Don't know what level I get Mamoswine. I know we looked the other day, but I forgot. I still need to do an evolution anyway on that. So we're not too bad for levels. We'll keep things in the team, you know. What's the next level after? Larry is 36. But I don't know if to give myself 37 because you go straight into that Nemona fight. That's going to be quite a difficult one to set up, to be honest. I'll have to figure that one out. Like, really well. Yes, I mean, I can't remember what level Swinub evolves. I always forget the little Evo levels. This will do. I'll go and do this cutscene. Well, we can. I might get an encounter in here, I don't know yet. There's quite a lot of interesting encounters in here, if I'm honest. But I know that this is going to force the cutscene anyway, so might as well do that. If it's 28, it could be a Mamoswine for this battle. If it's 38, it can't be. So I'm allowed 4 Pokemon for this battle because they have 4 Pokemon in their team. Remember, I'm also doing the rule that I'm only allowed as many as the boss I'm battling. Where we had, and I give myself 3 for the Titans. But I try not to use all 3 if I can, which we haven't. Unless something's died. Which was our fairies. Wigglytuff, we miss you. Ironically, his kickball didn't make it through that battle. Right. First things first, let's see if there is a Terra Raid. There is one over there. Again, we can be careful. I feel like Impidimp might be quite good to get in here. Because, well, I don't have many fairies. But then I don't need Impidimp at the moment because we've done fairy and dark type. We got a Toadscruel that is a water type. That's an interesting one. I guess I'll open it up. It shouldn't be too difficult. So I'll change my Pokemon because I think it's Adlands. We will put in Jumpluff. And I'll leave it open. I guess one of the other options is to get an Appleton and get the Flapple as well. That could work. I basically really need the rare candy so I can just evolve the Geodude. So then I can do the trade evo for it. No worries. I wasn't sure if you were in the ad, so didn't want to rush anything. I feel like this might be one I can handle on my own, to be honest, but it's always good to have people join in and help out. It should only be like level 12, and I'm taking my level 30 jump bluff in, so I feel like it's pretty easy. And then we'll go and do one in Kitakami. I'm thinking that there are some ground types in Kitakami I could go for. Most notably a Sandslash or Mudsdale, but I could be looking at going for something a little bit more sensible from my side of view, is looking at Jangmo in that area. Is it anything you need to heal up? No, I've got everything. Like, again, this will be level 12, so I should be fine with what I've got. Like, I've pretty much just picked a grass type Pokemon because it's a water water raid, and I'm level 33 on the jump bluff, so I feel fine. You can bring your Koraidon. I doubt, like, I don't know whether this one works the same as the raids in Sword and Shield, where if I take a level 30 and the NPCs are both all level 30, I've noticed that happens when you do them in Sword and Shield. Like, if you go in with a level 1, your whole team will be level 1 and you'll just lose. But I feel like I can actually get this one done today, which I wasn't completely sure I could. This is also a ground type, but I don't want to take this. It's very weak to poison. I also don't really like Toadscruel. Its best move is a little bit rubbish, if I'm honest. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, when it's like a level 1, we should be fine. Or level 12. But like, I'm looking at Kitakami and there aren't too many things. Like, I feel like I would waste certain encounters. What ball shall we put this in? It had a water turret. It can be in a dive ball. I think that'll be fun. That'll work for us, right? Yes. But it is quite interesting doing these sort of stream things, because like sometimes like Scarlet and Violet is not very popular for new people. Well, the Fluttermane one. It's one of those that if you're desperate for the shiny, you'll do it, because it's probably... But even if it is nighttime and you put the ghost one on, you'll just get normal Fluttermanes, so you'll still get Fluttermanes depending on the day of the week. Because I don't think you're going to be much help, I'm going to call you Onana. Why not? Because that was like watching Onana scramble for the ball in the final. I'll put... No, we're not going to take this. I'm not going to use it. Unless I don't get a 4th ground type, I'm not using Toadscruel. It may have done The thing is, you might have gone in just before. I don't know completely how it works, to be honest, but I just know that it's there and it is a bit broken. As I said, I think I should save Jangmo for up here. I know there's a lot of ground types that can turn up there. But then there's also the chance I could get Jangmo in a raid. So I'm going to try this fairy raid, because Jangmo fairy would be hilarious. And we did the Oni mountain one. I guess I could try and get a Mudsdale or a Phanpy. Like, I do need to think of one more to have on my team. Like, don't know what to get. I haven't done this area yet, and I think my plan would actually be to get a Wheezing, because I think that's one of the only two types I've got left. I've got Slugma, haven't I? But we've used fire and we've used rock. No, we haven't used fire. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Right. What are you? We've got one of you, so that's not a problem. We'll just keep going. I'm not going to count that as a dupe because I know I could get a second. But I could get the Politoed and the Poliwrath. But I don't think that's fair that I can take both. I want that difficult decision. The only thing we run into that I have to catch is Slugma or Coffin here. And again, Slugma is not much help because I've got much better rock types, so it's a bit of a waste. Oh, we haven't got one of these, so this will do. Yeah, I'll put this up. I will change my Pokemon. Yeah, I'll change it. I'll bring a ground type. We'll bring this thing. I know I've got nothing that can really hurt, but it'll do. Right. And then hopefully I can get a rare candy, level up my Geodude and do a trade, and or just a touch trade type thing. And then we can have a golem for that battle. I catch this, it goes into the will be used later box because we've done the bugs, so we don't need to worry about that, which is fine. Like, I guess what I should be doing when I'm not streaming is leveling up all of the already used Pokemon to level 50, which is very boring, which I'll do once I've unlocked the Chansey area. That's when I'll start doing that. I think that'll be the best option for me, because then I can just beat up Chanseys and Blissies and like get the levels really quickly. But I can't do that until I've done the encounter in that area. So it's not worth it for me at the moment. But I think that makes sense. Right. We haven't caught anything in a proper area for a while. The other bit we can look at is just something like simple, like a Doug Trio, or I think that's the only ground type actually in East Area 3. Got East Area 2 we still have not touched. Again, I'm probably trying to save that up for a steel type, like Bronzor or Magnemite. Bronzor would make the most sense at the moment, purely because what is the word? Because I haven't used Psychic or Steel yet. So that's why I think that would make the most sense. Yeah, if I went and got Magnemite, we've used Electric, so it seems a bit... I would only be getting it for its steel typing, and it's not great against many of the other Pokemon we're going to face in the future. Like pure steel on its own, like it may be good for the fairy boss if I get steel for that. but I don't know. Yeah, it'll be rubbish against the... what we could use. We'll just use a plain old Pokeball on this, because it's not really going to get used. Because when you look at what gyms we've got left, there are some fun ones with the typings that we've got left, to say the least. Like, I believe we still have Water, Ghost, Psychic, Steel, Dragon. That one's sort of scary, Dragon, knowing that I've got Ice and Fairy to face still. And technically the Dragon Titan as well. Very nice. Right, I'll see if I can just level up this Geodude and then see if we can trade that quickly. I think it should be Graveler by level 30ish, shouldn't it? Right. We will call you Fernandez because you look like a lost soul with like a firefly. Probably spelled that wrong. Fernandez. Oh, that'll do. It's not being used. Sadly, it's one of those that's just sort of there for the ride. Of all things, right. We said that this is going straight into this box because we've done bugs types already. Right. I think we will just put you in there. No. Yes. No. It's annoying. It really is annoying. Like, theoretically, I should have a fourth one just for backup, so I'm going to have to take you, aren't I? Right. Did I get a rare candy in one of these? I did. And yeah, we'll just use a rare candy on you. And hopefully you evolve. And then we can evolve this very, very quickly. So I would have a golem for this fight, which is pretty nice. Like, there is the scare factor that one has a ground move. I need to check some of the Terra typings of these as well, because I think one could be a steel type. But we'll see. Let's see, where are we with this? I haven't done trades in so long on this game. A link trade. See, I haven't even done the instructions. I will put the code in. I can't. We'll use the same code that we use for the Terra raids then. The Dynamaxing even if you want. Oh no, can I trade stuff that's in my party? Can I? I think I must be able to do one, because you get something back, don't you? If not, we'll have to do it again. A Slurpuff. This actually feels like one I just want to run in and do, which I know is the wrong decision on so many levels. There we go, you can go. It doesn't matter because you'll get whatever it is back. So I will not be keeping anything. I won't be doing shiny hunting on this save file. I think once this game is done, we will be going back. There is a shiny Wiglet coming this way. I know that you'll have to go through the mind a bit of the trade animation of the evolution. Which I know is annoying. It's one of those when you try to do them with people, you always think, oh, why aren't they doing it quicker, sending it back quicker? And then you remember why, because they're in the middle of the trade evolution. It's like, I've had it when you do the end game, you've got to do all of the trade evos. And you just sort of forget that you're doing the trade evos. Right, so we're nearly at some of the more interesting areas. So there goes a Wiglet back. Yeah, so we do have West Area 2 and 3, which we haven't touched yet. So we should really save them. Like one of the funky ones we could go for is a Sandy Cast. Like that is something that I would be sort of interested in going for. We know how good that Pokemon can be. So, but then it's a ghost type. So it'll use Sucker Punch, spam Sucker Punch at the beginning, which will be a bit annoying. I probably, if I hadn't over-leveled, I would have done this a bit earlier, but I went to level 30 on it when it was Geodude and forgot. Or do I just take Onana in there? Just be like, whatever, Onana. I'll see what moves it can learn, I guess. I could terror it into water. Oh, thank you for the help with Boldor. It's the big beast. I gotta check its moves now, really, haven't I? And that is it. Nothing else needs to evolve yet. Let's have a look-see. It's easier to do this just for safety. Like, what moves can you learn that might be helpful? I know Mudshot is pretty good. I could use... what sort of moves does this thing use? Is it all physical? Pretty much all physical, really. Special from the muck. But it's not too much to worry about. The only special moves are the psychic moves, so poison moves even. I got Sludge Wave, again, it's not going to be too much help for this battle. Yawn could work, like they would all fall asleep with Yawn, I believe. How does... that could be an option. So you're not as helpful as you look. You are going to be the MVP, I think. I got Stealth Rocks, which I do like using Stealth Rocks, not gonna lie. But I would like something a bit stronger than Bulldoze. I do know I can get Earthquake here in Kitakami. Metronome is the only TM it can learn that I've got. Great. And we said that you won't evolve for a little while. Probably not. So I do think I should go and get one more encounter, you know. I don't want to, but I probably should do. And I'm looking down there. Like, oh no, this is now my encounter here. I didn't even see the Spoink. It's not the worst thing to get, to be honest. It's a bulky little fella Spoink. And we do need Psychic types, so it's something that we can deal with. Yeah, we'll take this. We have to. It's something that I'm not truly disappointed with, if that makes sense. What can we name you? I know. Maguire. That makes sense for that name. You can go straight to the box. You're there for numbers more than anything else, because again, we don't have any psychics, but I think I might get lucky and get Jangmo in a raid, you know. Like, there's not too many more Pokemon to go. This area. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, I think it's just up there where I wanted to go. I don't think I can get up there now, can I? I can. I know Earthquake is around here somewhere. No, it's a bit further around, I think. Actually, it might be down here. If I follow this path. Again, we've just done our encounter here, so there's not much to worry about. We'll just keep cruising around, and I think it's in this little grassy area. That's where it is. There's a little cave here. And this cave happens to have earthquake in. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. Look, Sneasels. I could have got a Sneasel this early. Oh no, well we've done this area, it doesn't matter. Scared of the grass on this move. Should be fine to run away from you. Yeah. No problems. Right. As we say, we want to do this encounter. Now I'm, as I said, sand shrew or mudstone. They're the two I'm looking at here. More than anything else. It's just to have something slightly bulkier. That's the main reason I'm looking at these two. You also don't really want to go into this fight with Dreadnought. We'll go back to jump for this. Because I do like using... I think Sand Shrew is the best option, right? Quite low level actually, so it's not a problem. Because Sand Slash is so much more powerful. I think that's my thinking here. So this is Paradise Barrens, isn't it, Dan? And we've ticked off Bonnie Mountain. I have a backup for Bronzor too, so that's not a problem. We did do Infernal Passage, so we're going to just tick that off by accident. But we still have Witsful Fields, Crystal Pool, the Chilling Waterhead and the Fellhound Gorge. We can get encounters in soon. So there is that. We've still got plenty of options on our table. What shall we call Sand Slash? We want something spiky. So who's a spiky sort of figure? Poro. Poro's a spiky fella. He looks like he's ready for a fight. And he always looks happy when things are going his way. Right, who do we take out? If this is the case, I will actually replace Onana. And these will be my foreground fights that I'm going to use. It's just now the very, very boring part of training them all up. Right, Onana, if you're not coming in this team, you're going in this box. Because you do not need to be used again. Nobody else is locked out. Right, no. Yes, because we've still got water to go, and we've got so many water types to pick from, it's ridiculous. Right, you may actually come back into the team, so I should actually put you in there. I forgot that if if we don't get the Mamoswine, I'm not taking Mamoswine in. I don't want to lose an ice type. Ice is too rare to lose. I know I get like the ice encounter minimum of 2 definites, I think. But I've just got to be very careful. So I feel like if it's not a Mamoswine, I don't want to take it in just because it's bulky. Guess we'll just start beating stuff up. Get a couple of levels. So like 2 of these are fine. So when you look at the things like Golem and Clodsire, they are on just about on par with the level cap that we need. That's sturdy. No, okay, just survived. This doesn't hit too much. I'm only using this because why not? I don't think it's needed, but whatever. Let's just get through it. Beating up Sand Slash might be kind of fun. That should be okay. It should get me a bit more HP, right? No. Experience bit. This is going to take a while. Sadly. So this may be just prepping for the next episode, really. Might not do the poison gym. But it's annoying because I feel like I could just run in and do it with the 2, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. As we said, like, we've got 2 weeks until the Switch 2 comes out. So that's kind of how long I would like this series to run. More than anything, just to get to the Switch 2. Otherwise, we'll be just doing odd stuff until I potentially start my bonkers challenge on there. And I will include doing DA, so we'll still be doing most of the same stuff. It's just we're doing that brand new shiny hunting idea from scratch. So that's the only thing that's really changing. We're going to start with a total of 0 shinies and see if we can get them all. And how long it takes us. So that's going to be part of it. We will be using that tracker that you suggested, Dragon. So everything we get is going to be stream only. And it'll get clipped and put into the living decks on there. That's pretty much the idea. So that'll be fun. So we might do some saves on some days on my older saves. Because the thing is that you've got to remember is we will be going from scratch. So there'll be brand new save files. So I will be playing through the games as well from scratch, which for like Sword and Shield I'm probably just going to cheese it and go straight to the Dynamax area and do some Dynamax adventures with people and then do speed running the game. Maybe do like 1 gym a stream, but I won't have the shiny charm until I get to the 5th gym, until I get to the town after the 5th gym. But the routes are really easy to get through for the most part, so it's not too much to worry about there. So that's one side of the thinking. Right. But that's fine. That's fine. That's our challenge, our struggle in this game, to beat it with new ideas. And it would be quite funny to do a shiny living dex on the Switch 2 only. I think it's going to be different. Like, not something that it'll be new because no one else would have done it. That's the big thing. If no one else has done it, it's new. Because the Switch 2 is only just coming out, so no one else will have done it. So that's a good plus for us. But you know us, we like our bad madness challenges. It's part of our process of understanding why we do this sort of thing on Twitch. Poro wants to learn Swift now. We're worried about moves. Is it evolving? Not yet. Okay. We worry about moves when we get ready for the battles. No point stressing out over them now. If we do, things will go very, very wrong and we could die. And we don't want to die. We want to try not to lose too many more Pokemon, if we're honest. We've done too much to start losing now. Wait, when did I get paralyzed? Wait, no, when did I get paralyzed? Oh, well, whatever. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you're not evolving, okay. Oh, no, I don't think you can fast travel here. I know you can, but you can't. It doesn't really matter what level Jumpluff gets to. So I'm pretty sure next boss is like 36, we said. And I've got to make a decision on that one because it is the Larry Nemona double battle. So I got to make sure whether I go to 37. But then I think everyone will make it to 37 by the time we do the battle. And at least we get healed between. But again, this is the boring part of Nuzlocke, just leveling up. Like, I picked this area just because I was here, but I don't think it's the most efficient area. Like, we were doing just as well in... Like, it's, as we say before, it's kind of good to actually go for the outbreaks, because you know what you're facing. Right, we're going up to here next. So one of the places that might actually be pretty good is actually in here. There's a lot of ground types in there. We haven't done the encounter yet, so we can't really do that. So we'll go here and heal up. We may just do a few Diglets and Dugtrios and stuff. We could start getting some of the water Pokemon ready, I guess. But mind you, the ground ones were really good against the Varooms, so we might try that. I can never remember which ones are good and which ones are not of my ground types. Like Clodsire took hit, but it has now a lot better strength. And I do like to just keep the team full for moves, because I might as well train someone for the next gym. You know, we'll take you out, because you are a bit, not too high a level, but you're not at a level that's going to help us at the moment. Let's get you started. So what did we say, 32? 33 is the level cap here, right? Yeah. So Clodsire is near that. That's okay, just got to be careful. We're basically just going to look for Varooms. Actually, we could do these, couldn't we? I keep forgetting that these are pretty useless. And we could do elephants as well. I always forget so many types that are just... Because they can't do anything to me, the Voltorbs. And we killed our encounter in this area. Actually, we just got to say that we did kill the encounter here. Let's just tick that off. Otherwise we'll try to do another one here. We tried to get a Varoom and knocked it out like an idiot. Why did I press run? I wasn't meant to press run. I just thought we had won. Never mind. This might be just a knockout thing actually, because that took longer than I wanted it to. I am thinking I'm going to make Poliwrath, go for Poliwrath, not Politoad. The main thinking is I've got a lot of water types. Oh no, I thought that was shiny for a minute. Well, that's not very nice of you. Can you let me run there? Really, you're very slow. There we go. That wasn't too hard, was it? Now I got to waste a heal on that. I only actually went for you because it looked like you may have been shiny. I could only see the head pointing out. Big head, bud. There we go. Down you go. Like we learnt before that the ground moves on the Varooms were so powerful. It's a good thing to use for a bit of training. Not too much, but enough. We can just do that against them. We want that. We want one of them at least. But we saw just how helpful it was. Yes, that's why we like beating up the cars. Bubble Beam, sure, why not? If we do some battles with it, it might be helpful. It is strange that I've gone way past some of the locations and not done encounters, to be honest. Oh, and we get a sound slash. That is good. That's a big, big beast for us. Because we will be a little bit risky if we go with Golem. But I believe my Golem is flying type. So, hello Shirio. How are you doing? How are things and all that? We might still be remotely celebrating the destruction of Manchester United last night. But we are still going with this. We haven't got too long left today. But we're still having fun with this because we strategized quite heavily for the last gym. This one is a little bit easier because, well, we have a little bit of a type advantage. So that is big. Well, as we say, hopefully things are starting to get better. And you'll be back ready to do whatever you want to do in the near future. Right, we can actually put Clodsire, or we need to put Clodsire away because it's too high a level. Thank you, we do appreciate you too, and all of the support. I'm using the bot, right, we'll bring Browsebound, and we need something with poison to be leveled up a bit, don't we? This is not as great because it does have still moves. So we may just use you and do encounter battles, not charge battles as such. Because you'll still be good against the cars. I don't know how you handle Earthworm in this type of battle. Can you beat an Earthworm in this type of battle? Yes, you can. That's good. Bop. So like Sound Slash just hits so hard, it's great. It's such an unloved Pokemon at times. Bop. We do have to be careful with some of the Pokemon here though. Because there are some grass types. I think we're probably okay against Dugtrio. Okay, yes we are. But there's a lot of rock and steel that we should be good against. Yes, I think both probably could have got relegated if any of the promoted teams had bothered to turn up this season. Where did you come from? I don't really want to fight you. Loki's scared of you. You can have this. Have the doll. Gotta be careful because I don't have many of them. I have one left. So we don't want Dugtrio to attack us again. It's more that I think we would lose trying to battle that, so just got to be a bit more cautious. I think Golem might actually be at level 33 soon as well. Okay, a bit further away than I thought. Yeah. We just take out our elephants. Okay, what's wrong with this elephant? There we go. Beat up the elephants. And the big tortoises. And the rest of the elephants. Boop. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. We're going to get to this battle. This is the test. Do I manage to try and squeeze this battle in before we finish, or do I train up so we start? Well, that wasn't a good battle. That wasn't a good battle. Poro, come back, come back. Right. There's an elephant, that'll do. Yes, there's some big points to be proven next season. The one thing that Man U will have in their advantage is they won't have any distractions, so they will only be playing about once a week, so any decisions on tactics, they can drill it into them, which is probably why Newcastle did so well this year. They didn't have any European distractions. So there is that to consider. It's whether they keep making all their staff redundant and stuff like that. Oh, this one seems like the sensible one. Oh no, why don't I take you out of the team? You can stay in the team. Right. So if I can get Sand slash to 30, I might just go in with this. Yeah, fine, I think. I keep thinking it's a Brambleghast chasing me whenever I see it there. No, that's gonna. Yeah, we'll go for that. That's fine. Go for the elephants. And how do you do against the snake? Could be better. Could be worse. I think the other one that will depend. I think whoever wins the playoff will go straight back down. Leeds and Burnley. I don't think Burnley are going to be too much of a problem. They'll go straight back down. Like, they're good defensively, but they don't score many goals. So I just feel like they'll sit too deep and won't get a chance to score. It kind of depends how much money they get. Leeds are Leeds. You know what Leeds can be like. 1 minute they're unplayable, the next minute they get beaten by a lot of goals. Will you have roll out? Why not? Okay. Tailwind. Okay, it's going to be faster. We can get that. But then the other side of it is Tottenham and Man U can't be worse in the league. But Radcliffe is being a bit tight with money. So that could be a problem. Just depends how he decides to act in the summer. Does he just sack Amorim and get someone else in now? Or does he have other plans to give him a lot of money? But then why is it that people that get paid £300,000 a week can't play football? So there's that sort of discussion to be had. I don't think Tottenham are as bad as their league position suggests. I think they've been a bit unlucky. It's just been one of those seasons where things haven't gone in their favour, like the 50-50s. But he hasn't gone crying about it like Arteta. That's the other side of it. He's just got on with it. But then I think like teams like Bournemouth are going to struggle next year, losing two of their best defenders. Already had quite a shallow squad for defenders, unless they've got some real gems hidden. Brentford could struggle again. Like, I think they'll probably lose at least one of their strikers, and I can't see them finding another one. But people just treat Brentford a bit soft anyway. Brighton were getting exposed a bit more. Crystal Palace will be mid-table-ish, give or take, but they may struggle with the European commitments because Eze, when he gets injured, you notice it, how weak they are. But when he's fully fit, they're almost unplayable. I think Forest will struggle with Europe as well. Villa struggled when they were playing in Europe, but when they were out of Europe they were fine. And I think Brighton will struggle with Europe as well, because I think they're going to get the Conference League spot. I think they're playing Tottenham last day of the season. I can't see those Tottenham players being ready to play football again on Sunday. So I think they're guaranteed the 3 points there. And that's pretty much Europe spot sorted out. Like Fulham, I think overachieved. I don't think they can do what they did this year. And again, it depends if they can make some good signings, but I think they have quite a small squad. Just don't think it's ready to be as competitive as it was. So that's kind of my feelings with the Premiership next season. I can't see too many things being too difficult. Oh, a Neckley. I haven't seen one of them in a while. So like, Neckley's a strange one for me because when I was doing my shiny sandwich challenge, I actually found 2 shiny Neckleys in one little horde of 5. It was crazy. And it was when I was like hunting and hunting and hunting for cloth, because I still never got a shiny cloth. Which again goes back to what my big challenge will be, going for everything shiny, fresh save, fresh everything. I think it's going to be hard work, but it's also a sort of bit to do on stream that will go on for a very long time. That's the other reason why I'm looking for a few friend safari people, so that when I can, even if I do something as boring as setting up a camera phone, I could record the screen doing friend safaris. I know for a fact I'm not going to get myself into a position to get a capture card unless somebody gives me a 3DS with a capture card built in that's pre-modded, and I'm not ever going to ask for one of them, so don't worry. It's one of those, what I would call, lottery fund games. So that tells you how far away we are from that, or if we're ever going to be close to it. I still wish there was going to be something on the Switch 2 that could play the 3DS. I feel like it could easily have a virtual console inside. I know there's like this speculation theory that because it's got like that adapter for the camera, it could be used for a separate screen. And if it's used for a separate screen, you could almost make it a big, massive 3DS or a DS. But we'll see. We're a long way from all of this stuff. Everything is like pure speculation, really. We should be fine just to knock this out, right? Okay. That was a crit. Yeah, well, we know Sandslash is a bulky fella. Should be able to handle most things. Not you, though. I'm actually a bit more scared of you. So I don't have the best team to deal with you. We will just heal for extra safety here. What's it going to go for? Mud Slap, lovely. Just what I wanted it to go for. Of course. It's going to just completely ruin my accuracy, and I think Home Shaggot Arena trapped armor. Oh, well, I'm not arena trapped at least. But what I'm going to do is throw the Pokédoll at it, because we've got some spare. Well, one spare. Might buy some more of these. They may become important in the future. We'll go and knock it out this way. No, we definitely don't want to be too close to a Bramblegast. That can kill us in one, because it's a grass type. Or whatever. I always forget. That's one of the perfect examples of a forgettable addition Pokemon. It does very little to the series. Oh, that's a nice one to attack all of them. Preferably the Carcol. So I'm thinking I may have another day off from DAs today. Because like we said, we've done quite a lot And we're going to do more Landorus tomorrow. Hopefully end the streak and get that shiny. Because it is annoying us a lot at the moment. How many we've done and how many we've actually got. But I think I won't do this battle today. Like, we've got the team almost set. We've got 2 on level 33. We can do the final bit of training on the Sand Slash at the beginning of next time while everybody sort of arrives in. So that'll be like Saturday. I know Saturdays are not the best day to do these because there's usually some form of competitive Pokemon in these games. So you automatically don't get as many people around, and people are social animals at the weekend. Well, normal people, not like me. I don't like the weekends anymore. Right, yeah, so that will be the plan, I think. But I think we've done well today. We've only done one, like, boss, which is a little bit funny, considering how much we thought we would actually get done. Again, this is where it's difficult, because I am torn between just training everything up but I don't want to let something survive in case, like, I could say something died, but if you don't see it die, it doesn't feel like it was part of the story. So we currently have, for our team, for this next boss, we have Clodsire and Golem. Golem is a flying terror, which is big. Sand Slash is just normal. This is an ice terror, not great. So I don't really want to take one of these 2 in. But this is a water terror, so it's not as bad as it sounds. So these 2 are up in the air which one we go with. But that's going to be like it for today. I think we've got a good team ready. We've got a little bit more work to do, but it means we can do the last little bit of training before the poison gym or poison battle, and then carry on with the next Wheel of Destiny. So let's just see. We have Dragon, Ghost, Poison, Flying, Water, Steel, Psychic, and Normal left. So that's not too bad for typings. So we'll see what we get for the next one, because the one after this is Larry, which is one of the very hardest battles to do in a Nuzlocke, because of the double battle you instantly go into with Nemona. So we'll plan for that a lot more next time.